Welcome back to the Moto Flamingo YouTube channel, bike people of the world. Today we're gonna have another install video. Here's Achilles. We're going to be doing an install on the air cleaner on Achilles. If you guys have been watching the channel, you know that Achilles is just a simple stage 1. We have this Arlen Ness Velocity 65 air cleaner for just a few months or something like that. The video's right there below on the channel, and today we'll be changing that air cleaner with another air cleaner, the S&S TearDrop Mini in chrome. So as you guys know, I have been trying to do a, I guess as you can call it, a club style type look for this bike as far as the build goes. But I want to incorporate some modern performance type looking parts, but still hold on to some of the classic looking parts on the bike. So this air cleaner has been on my list for a while. I went with this other one when I installed it, but I actually have been having some issues with throwing my leg up here on the bar, on the bunking, on longer rides, because this filter is getting on my way. You guys can see from above here, my crash bar there on the front is kind of high, so for me to throw my legs up there, it's a high position as it is already, and the filter gets on my way a little bit. I can still do it, but my heel, the back of my foot here, touches the filter for sure. Now I know you guys probably saw something on the corner here as I was showing you the bike, and that is because we have a brand new bike built on the channel. Meet Black Widow. This is Ivan's 2024 Tri-Glide Ultra. He just picked it up. It's been here at the Moto Flamingo garage for about 3 days now, and only has just short of 70 miles on it. So stick around, a lot of videos coming on this bike. For all those out there that are into trikes, I'll explain why we got this bike over a CVO-ST that we almost went with, but I know it's a very drastic difference between the CVO-ST and this bike. I'll explain on the following video when we cover this bike and pretty much what we're going to be doing with it as far as the build goes and why we went with this one. We already have the first couple of new parts en route, so stick around for that. If there's a little bit of noise in the background, please excuse that. It's actually the AC unit right there. Boom. We are in Florida, if you guys know. We are in Florida now, and it's kind of warm outside, so I have this AC unit going on here with the fan, so work with me. If you can hear it in the background too much, let's get to this install and get this air cleaner switched. Before that though, quick shout out to my sister. She brought me this Harley chair from Japan when she was in Japan a few months back, and I haven't showed it on the channel yet, so thank you, sis. This is from a Harley dealer in Japan. Badass shirt. I'm loving it. Alright, so I do have the video of when I installed this air cleaner on the bike, like I said, below on my channel. This little wrinkle right here actually happened with a box that was in the truck during our move from Texas to Florida. And you know, it was brand new when I bought it, and I've only had it for a few months. As if you watch the video there, you'll see that it's only been on the channel for a few months. So yeah, shame, but works just the same. I do love the air cleaner, by the way, but like I said, I like this one a lot better with the looks, and I expect it not to get on the way of my leg, so let's get to it. Hopefully I don't have to refer back to my video too many times to take this back off. I believe we have to start with removing the cone here, the elbow, and then we'll move into this part right here. Sheesh, look at that. That throttle body there still looking pretty clean. I see only like a little residue of oil here on the bottom part. See it running there. And right here on the little letters. Everything else is super clean, so it's not bad, right? I mean, you guys correct me if I'm wrong. It's not looking bad. Alright, so the Arlen Ness is off. Let's see what the components here are. Obviously we have the chrome cover here. Let's put it here. And in here we have the filter. This is the cover for somewhere over here, I'm assuming. The back side. The filter itself. And then we have our hardware and gaskets. Let's get to it. All right, so this is the back side of the big part that goes here where the bend bolts, the venting bolts go, right? So this is the back side. We're gonna put the gasket around here. It's gonna go around the mouth of the throttle body here. So this little guy right here is gonna be curved towards the bike. So we have it in reverse here. So this top hole goes here, and then it comes with this little bolt, this little screw that's gonna go in here. Get a drop of Loctite on this and let's get it on. Like so. So now when we turn it around in the position that it's gonna go, it's gonna cover the bottom of the plugs here. That makes sense, see? Boom. All right, so next we gotta get these three guys on these three holes. And those are the ones that are going to go on these three holes here on the throttle body. Now, as you guys can see, they have a threading in the front and spacing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna thread them through the hole, and then they'll drop through. And once they're on and on the other side, the threads on the other side, we'll put some Loctite on the threading before we install it. All right, so now we're putting the gasket here where it goes in the back. Make sure it stays all in the groove here, work it in. And if you use a little bit of motor oil or mechanical grease will probably be your best bet. Hopefully between that and once you put it in there, it'll hold it in place so when you install this part, it doesn't fall out on you. We still got to run through the breather bolts. Now for the breather bolts, we're going to need one of the washers that they send you here. They send you a bunch of rubber coated washers. So one goes on the top here and the other one goes on the back as you install it, okay? Alright, so we're going to place this all at once, but we're going to just do it by hand, just to make sure none of the little washers, gaskets, and all that fall out of place, and everything goes to where it's supposed to go. Make sure you're keeping an eye on the back. Make sure you don't lose that gasket in the middle. All right, so we got 8 of these washers. As we discussed, we have several. Obviously we have 2 on each side on the breather bolts, 1 in the front, 1 in the back, between the part from S&S here and the bike, right? So why do we have the extra ones? We have 4 extra ones, obviously, because we got 8. So I guess if the motorcycle has space in here, in between, a gap in between this part right here and your bike, you're going to be using the extra gaskets to make sure that there's no gap in there. This bike is not having that problem, so obviously we got one back there. If you get another gasket and you try to like fit it in there and you have a space, you're gonna feel that it goes in there. And on both of our sides we are good. Mind you, we haven't even torqued it down yet either, so if you do need it, you're gonna have to remove this and put everything back in place in the same order you did the first time until you cover that gap. But if you don't need it, you're good to go. Make sure that it's seated properly here, that your edge here against the throttle body mouth here, it's flush all the way around. You can feel it with your finger. Now, I am not a professional mechanic. I am just having fun on my channel and bringing you guys some traveling or riding videos and some of this install stuff from my garage. So double check as far as the torque specs go. But as I understand, the 3 bolts in the middle are going to be 72 inch-pounds, and the 2 breather bolts are going to be between 10 and 12 foot-pounds of torque. So there's that. Look it up and do your own tiny. So now we're ready for our cover. So if you guys see the filter here, I don't know if you guys can tell in the video, but it's almost cone shaped, right? You see how the top right there, as I'm holding it, it's wider than the bottom. It's a little bit of a different circumference on the top and bottom. So if you, the wider one is going to go towards the bike. So the smaller end is going to go towards the inside of the filter here, I mean the cover. And if you guys see this groove right here, the edge is gonna go in there and it's gonna go like that in the bike. So make sure you sit it right in there. And once you put this on the bike, you're gonna hold it in place with the 2 bolts. Make sure you put some Loctite on them, and they're gonna go on these 2 right here, and we should be good to go. Sheesh, look at that. What a difference. Shiny, brand new filter. Let's see how my leg fits over it. I don't think it's gonna be touching at all. All right, so as you can see, completely clear this time. My leg does not touch it at all, does not get in the way, and my foot's still well within the skateboard thing that I put on the high peg here, and the mop grip is going to be a huge, huge difference. And it looks amazing from up here as well. Check this out from this angle, from the rider's angle. Outstanding. See if I'm here. No problemo. Good to go all day, baby. All right, so it's nighttime already. I got some other stuff to do, but as soon as daylight comes around and I get a chance, I'm gonna get on the bike, take it outside, show you guys what the filter looks like outside and while I'm riding. And for you guys, it's gonna be a few seconds. For me, it's gonna be a whole night. See you guys in the morning. Oh yeah, guess what time it is? It is morning time. Achilles is looking good. This brand new filter is looking amazing. Let's get Achilles outside and go down the road to a nice spot to show you guys this stuff in the daylight so I can get a feel for it, see if it sounds any different or anything like that. See you outside. Gotta get this bike clean. This bike's a little dirty. Let's get you a little cold start and get on the road. As you can see here, my legs are now free to go right on those pegs in the front with no air cleaner on the way. When I have my legs up here on a longer ride up on the freeway and the filter was under my leg, after a little bit it gets a little bit uncomfortable, so that problem is out the window. And I gotta say, I have loved a bunch of different air cleaners in the industry over the years. However, this S&S was probably my dream air cleaner for a while now, and I should have gone with it from the get-go. Like I said, I love the other one too, guys and gals, but I'm absolutely happy with this S&S, at least for this bike, for this build. I'm loving it. Thank you once again for watching the Moto Flamingo YouTube channel. Like I said, we have that other brand new bike, the 2024 Tri-Glide, that I will be talking about what the plan for the build on that bike is, and trust me, we will be doing a bunch of stuff to that bike. On the next video, we'll talk about that. If you're new, please consider subscribing, sharing, and liking. If you are not new, thank you for your support. Enjoy the rides to come and the videos to come, and I'll see you guys on the next ride.